on Do Not Disturb. Smart move. Your roster is a train wreck, but your driving doesn't have to be. Drop it and drive. Think you could put down the phone and pick up some points? Head to itsnotagamillinois.com to play the Retro Arcade.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Cubs Cardinals at Wrigley Fields. I'm out of here from Manager Brett Council, sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. In today's baseball, the number 2 hitter is generally considered your best hitter. And once again, the number 2 hitter today is Nico Hoerner.
Nico didn't go to Japan with us, and he had a surgery in the winter that I think we were all concerned about. And I don't know I think it's like 156 games. I think that's what it's going to be. Maybe I'm wrong by a couple there. And that's what I'm most proud of, really, is that number, that he got to that big a number. That's just a credit to kind of how he attacked the offseason, and even though he'd be unhappy with this, how we didn't take him to Japan, I think I'm happy that we didn't do that. And then I think he's just put together a complete season, and I think that's what's really great about that's why Nico's such a special player, is because you're getting something from all parts of the game, and he impacts the game just on the bases, with his unique abilities as a hitter. His defense is Gold Glove caliber every single year, and this year was better than last year for sure, in my opinion. So it's just there's a lot of baseball at a high level in a lot of areas.
High praise from the Cubs manager for Nico Hoerner. When we come back, the baseball board next on The Score, the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Sean Aries has arrived.
Hostiles. Repeat, we have hostiles. Mayday.
Oh my God, there's hundreds of them.
On October 10th,
we came here from the digital world.
the war for our world begins.
What in God's name is that?
In IMAX.
This is the end to this world.
No, it's not. But I can help you.
Sean Aries, rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters October 10th. Get tickets now.
Hit a home run with a career as a union roofer and waterproofer, offering advanced skills training, great pay and benefits. Earn while you learn on the job with their apprenticeship program. Training skilled craftsmen for the roofing and waterproofing industry. Serving Chicagoland, Northern Illinois, and Southern Wisconsin. Apply today at chicagoroofers.org.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you, too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Tulsa is my home now.
Academy Award nominee Sylvester Stallone stars in the Paramount Plus original series, Tulsa King.
This distillery is a very interesting business. We got to know the enemy.
From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Landman.
What are you saying? I'm a rat! If you think you're going to take me out, it's going to be really difficult.
Tulsa King, new season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
BC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
And guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. us, America, my home, sweet oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Kathleen and Wayne Messmer performing the national anthem before the regular season finale here at Wrigley Field. The national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. It's game number 162, Cubs hosting St. Louis. Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Moises Ballesteros, who is hitting .333 in 13 games this month. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Right-hander Javier Assad starting for the Cubs, 3-1, a 4.26 ERA. Kyle Leahy, a right-hander, is the opener for St. Louis, 4-2 with a 3.18 ERA. Those stats coming out of the pen for the Cardinals this season. Around Baseball is sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great every game in the big leagues today, starting right around now. Bottom of the first at Fenway. Tigers and Red Sox scoreless. Last of the first in Sacramento. Royals and A's are scoreless. The Giants with a 1-0 lead over the Rockies after one. Bottom of the first inning, Twins and Phillies are scoreless. Middle one, it's the White Sox on top of the Nationals, 2-0. The Astros lead the Angels 1-0 in the top of the first. Middle one, no score in New York between the Orioles and the Yankees. Rays lead the Blue Jays 1-0 in the top of the first. Also top one, the Diamondbacks on top of the Padres 1-0. Dodgers and Mariners underway, scoreless in the first in Seattle. The Guardians are hosting the Rangers. They are scoreless in the first. Top one, no score in Miami between the Mets and Marlins. Reds and Brewers scoreless in the first. Everything else about to get underway, including here at Wrigley Field. It's time for baseball. Cubs, Cardinals, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk every morning. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Okay, guys, be honest. Are you a man who landed a career, built a family, and tackled other big goals, but then realized at some point you stopped having guy friends? You're not the only one. And now 2 organizations in Chicago are teaming up to help. AARP Chicago and Men Living have created a virtual series that invites men 50 and older to meet and create friendships. It's free, virtual, and designed to make it easier for men to connect. It's from 2 to 3 p.m. on September 3rd, 10th, and 24th. For more information and to register, visit aarp.org/IL.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. Join Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman, and me for every Cubs game on 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
He drives one in the air, deep left center. Back goes Cruz. It's got a chance. Gone. Home run, Dansby Swanson. High fly ball, deep right field. This ball's got a chance. It is gone for a home run. And if you live in the Chicago area, also on the free Odyssey app.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
They set into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
It's Pete Crow Armstrong.
Gone! 3-run homer, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer.
Yeah, this is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Biddy's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, AARP, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's the season's final day, game number 162. It's between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. The Cubs yesterday in a very exciting day at Wrigley, able to beat the Redbirds and thereby clinch the home field advantage for the first round, the wild card series, beginning on Tuesday against the San Diego Padres. Today, the starting pitchers, right-handers, Javier Assad for the Cubs and Kyle Leahy to make his first major league start for St. Louis. Cubs are on the field. Let's take our final timeout. Come back with lineups and baseball. It's game 162 at Wrigley. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a flight by England. Got just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor. Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. Pat, the final game of the year for the regular season. It is always nice to play this game, and it's even better to know there's more baseball ahead.
Absolutely, Ron. I was thinking that same thing. 48 hours from now, thereabouts, the Cubs will open up the postseason right here at Wrigley against the San Diego Padres. More about that later on. We are ready for baseball today. Javier Assad, big, strong right-hander from Tijuana, Mexico, going to work on Jose Fermin. Fermin leads it off at second base for St. Louis. Wearing red batting gloves on either hand. Here comes the first pitch of the day. It's taken outside, and away we go. Starting lineups. for both teams, sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. Here comes the 1-0. That's bounced to third. It's going to be a foul ball, gloved by Castro. He went ahead and made the throw across the diamond, but it was a foul ball called by Roberto Ortiz, the umpire. So the count is 1-1.
Could have been the catch of the game. That's a pretty nice play by Castro to start the game. Just too bad the ball was about 2 or 3 inches just foul. But a nice play.
I don't know if we've ever awarded a catch of the game for a foul ball, but it's possible, right?
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see how the game goes.
You can make great plays on fly balls in foul territory.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the 1-1 to Fermin. It's lifted foul to right, slicing out a play. You probably, in your day, Ron, as a third baseman, I know you played some first base also. You probably made some plays reaching into the stands and maybe dramatically tumbling into the lap of some patrons.
I did, absolutely. It usually didn't work out well for them if I landed on them, but that was okay.
I'm sure you apologized.
I did, and, especially if we were at home.
Did you pay any medical bills? Here's the 1-2 pitch. A fly ball to shallow center. Coming in, Crow Armstrong. Pete Crow Armstrong makes a running catch. And that's out number 1. And here is Ivan Herrera.
Well, to answer that question's still pending. But nice play by Pete in center. Great jump on that ball to come in and get that line drive off the bat of Fermin.
Sounds like the lawyers got involved. And this is years and years ago. And it's still pending in the courts.
Still pending, yeah. They're still trying to find me. I don't know.
Kind of sorry I brought it up, Ron. Here is Ivan Herrera stepping in. Swing and a miss.
This first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Herrera, the DH today. Nolan Gorman on deck. He'll play third base. Fastball is high. Thomas J.C. batting fourth at short. The right fielder, Jordan Walker. Jimmy Crooks catching and batting sixth. Yoel Pozo at first. Victor Scott in center. And Nathan Church is batting ninth in left field. Michael Bush will lead off for the Cubs at first. Nico Horner at second base. Ian Happ in left. Kyle Tucker, the DH, also the cleanup hitter. Here comes the 2-1 from Asada. Swing and a miss by Herrera. Seiya Suzuki batting fifth and right. Moises Ballesteros catching today, batting sixth. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. Dansby Swanson at short. Here's a high drive, deep left field. Back goes Happ on the track. Does he have room? Yes. With his back right up against the vines, out toward left center, right near that bullpen gate door. And that's out number 2.
Javi spins the breaking ball, and this one he wants down and away, and it ends up hanging in the middle of the plate, and it gets hit hard by Herrera, very high. And the wind blowing in, but just slightly, might have kept that ball in the ballpark as it was caught, as you said, Pat, right at the ivy.
Dansby Swanson batting eighth and playing short, and Willie Castro in the number 9 spot at third base. Beautiful day at Wrigley, 74 degrees, gorgeous. Cloudless blue skies overhead, slight breeze blowing in. That might slightly give an advantage to the pitchers today. Here's the windup and the 2-0. Swing and a miss by Gorman. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. And the next offering is inside, 3-1. Cubs in their home whites, the blue pinstripes all over. Blue hats, helmets, sleeves. Numbers on their backs are blue. Blue socks. Cardinals in their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers. The rest is red. Fastball strike at the letters, 3-2. Bright red helmets and hats and numbers for St. Lou. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore.
We want to thank all of our great sponsors, among other people, on this season's final day. But we mentioned Verizon and Four Seasons and Benjamin Moore. And we'll thank as many as we can on this season's final day.
Invesco QQQ, we just had them in the booth 2 days ago. And thanks to them.
Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nope, he swung and fouled it back. The bat went flying. So the ball went scooting back to the screen on the foul ball. The bat flew out of his hands and landed up against the netting. Now, that's one where I'm glad they put the netting in a few years ago, Ron, to protect fans in those seats right near the field. That's dangerous.
I would agree. That one would have went right over the Cardinal dugout and right into the first few rows of seats. That could have been dangerous. Speed Gun today powered by Xfinity, another big sponsor and great sponsor of ours.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Nice change of pace. And Javier Assad works a 1-2-3 first inning. After a half, no score. Cubs coming up on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, P.G. Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
As the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sloan has greeted fans with sustainable restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years. And now Sloan is excited to introduce new innovation to Cubs fans throughout the concourse with its brand new bottle fillers to provide clean drinking water while reducing plastic waste throughout the friendly confines. Learn more at Sloan.com and go Cubs go!
Car accident? Call D&W right now. Slip and fall? Call D&W right now. Any accident at all? Call D&W Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Michael Busch had a tremendous day yesterday as he faces Kyle Leahy. First pitch fouled away. Leahy making his first major league start. He's appeared in 61 games for the Cardinals out of the bullpen this year and done a very good job. 4-2 with an ERA of just over 3. But this is a milestone for him, his first big league start. Michael Busch bounces one to second base, fielded by Fermin, and the toss to first is in time. One away, and the batter, Nico Horner. Cubs leadoff man, always sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot, and a huge thank you to Benny's Beverage Depot. They've been a tremendous sponsor on Cubs radio for many, many years. If a Cub leadoff man gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. No score first inning, one away. Nico Horner, the batter. Nico hitting a sturdy .297. That batting average would work at just about every single level of baseball imaginable.
That's exactly right.
.297.
Yeah, he needs to have a huge day today to get to 300. He, in the last 2 days, he's hit some balls right on the button with no luck, particularly yesterday.
Nico pokes it foul down the right field side, out of play.
Yeah. Speed Gun today, powered by Xfinity, and they're another one of those groups, Pat, we'd like to thank. They've the longtime sponsor of Cubs Radio. Your hometown advantage brought to you by Xfinity. All your favorite teams, all in one place.
Nico pulls the bouncer foul. Outfield straight away for the spray hitting Nico Horner. Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Big gang from Fitzgerald Equipment was here the other night. Great guys, and nice to have them on Cubs Radio. We understand they're going to be with us again next year as well. 2-2 on Horner. Ian Happ on deck. The pitch by Leahy fouled away. Zach Zaidman following all the other activity on this season's final day, and there are some games that still have playoff implications. And that's no surprise, Ron. It happens every year. You come down to the final day. Here's a big chop slowly foul past third. You come down to the final game, and you would think after 162 of playing every single day virtually for over 6 months that everything would be settled, but it never is.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. You play all these games, and
foul drive out of play right side.
It could come down to the last couple innings of the final game of game 162. We'll figure that.
It just really speaks to how, competitive Major League Baseball is, and how the talent is spread almost evenly throughout the 30 big league teams. Certainly some teams are better than others. Deep fly ball to left, down the line, long run, Church in the corner. Church makes a catch. Church had a long way to go, angling back near the vines over near the left field corner, and made a good running grab, and that's out number 2.
Play Nico hits this ball well. I think he catches it just a touch off the end of the bat, but puts a charge into it right down the line in that deep part of the well area. And Church, showing very good speed, runs that ball down deep into the corner.
But the talent really is spread pretty evenly and equitably throughout Major League Baseball. Proof of that, Ron, is the fact that rarely does one team, no matter how good they are, against another team, no matter how ineffective they are, you almost never see a team go 12-0 against another team.
Right. Yep, that's right. And because your payroll's the highest or the lowest does not necessarily mean that's where you're going to finish in the standings.
Those lesser teams are going to jump up and burn the big teams and the big boys sometimes. Not always. But Zach is closely following, for example, the Cincinnati at Milwaukee game. If the Reds win, they're in. The Mets and Miami, that's noteworthy because if the Reds lose, the Mets can get in if they win in Miami. Here's a liner toward left. Church is right there to make the catch. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the second inning. No score. Cubs and Cardinals on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Imagine having your skull detached from your spine to save you from paralysis. When Phil came to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, his spine was digging into his brainstem, but our team developed a plan to rebuild his spine.
Nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Medicine is pioneering treatments for the toughest conditions. Incredibly, Phil was walking just days after surgery.
As Phil's nurse, I'm proud to be on a team that's changing lives.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All rapid rewards rules and regulations applying can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. Trusted by homeowners on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, they can give your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. They also know how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. That's why James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Cubs Cardinals scoreless, top two at Wrigley. The second inning is brought to you by Seagrass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat? Thomas J.C. leads it off, bounces one to short to his left. Swanson near the bag, makes the play, throws to first. And that's out number one. There has not yet been a base runner today. The batter is Jordan Walker.
Good pitch by Javi. And one thing you see with Sod on the mound, he does get a lot of ground balls, that two-seam fastball.
And with the news about Cade Horton being out for an unknown period of time with that rib fracture issue, a guy like a Javier Assad might play a much more prominent role than previously expected as those playoffs approach, Ron.
Yeah, you just never know. You don't know where this is all going to end up, that's for sure. Now that, Cade being probably going to be the number one starter come Tuesday, but, that's not the case. So that, it's be a lot of innings that are going to be relied on. The Cubs are going to rely on some other guys to step up and pitch. And Assad, one thing about Javi, you know what you're getting with him. He's going to throw strikes. He's going to get that sinker working. He's going to be aggressive in the zone, and the ball's going to get put in play. And the Cubs catch the ball very well. So he's one of those guys that you think he could pitch in playoff baseball and be effective.
And if he's really got it going, Ron, he'll get some double play balls. Absolutely. With that sinker. 2-2 now on Jordan Walker. Walker had a home run in the series. He's 2 for 5. Big, strong right-handed batter. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just outside. But the final day of the regular season. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Assad. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Thanks to Hyundai for being with us on Cubs Radio. And again, thanks to all the sponsors. And, well, we work for good people here at the Chicago Cubs. And the score, Tom Ricketts, the team owner, and his siblings Laura and Todd and Pete, and Crane Kenny, the president of business operations, and Colin Faulkner. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, swinging a foul off to the left out of play. They give us complete freedom to do what we do, and that means the world to us. And it is such a great environment to work in, and they treat us right. They really do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We, this situation of doing Cubs baseball year after year is just, it's better and better. It really does.
Jimmy Crooks takes inside. It's 1-2. And Mitch Rosen at the score, and his staff and all the great announcers over there. Here's a liner into center. Coming in, Pete Crow Armstrong has it bounce past him and go all the way to the center field fence. Racing around second and going for 3 is Crooks. And he will pull in with a triple. It was a knuckling line drive. Pete Crow Armstrong came in, and it bounced to the side of him. He tried to swipe at it with his glove, but missed it, and it ended up out near the 400-foot sign at the Ivy. It was the right fielder, Suzuki, who, backing up the play, ran it down. But it's a 3-base hit for Crooks.
Yeah, this looks like one of those plays where the ball gets hit and it slices then as it's getting out towards Pete. He makes a dive, but he comes up a couple feet short, and then he's in trouble. That ball goes all the way to the wall.
Joel Pozo is batting now with 2 outs and a man at third. Here's a pitch fouled away. Spells his first name Yohel. but the yo becomes a Joe.
Excuse me?
I think you heard the Y becomes a J, or a Joe. Not sure how a Y can become two letters, but it could. Here's a swinging a foul off to the right out of play.
I thought you said a yo became a Joe, and I thought, okay, you're getting into the rap business. Maybe you're starting to be the rhyme now.
Like Joe Madden? Or...
Yeah. Yo, Joe?
I think you picked up on the concept.
Yeah.
Here's a pop fly into shallow right. Going out as Horner. He'll make the call and the catch. No runs for St. Louis. And somebody named Joe. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Cubs nothing, Cardinals nothing on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Plumbing emergency? Plumbers 911 connects you with licensed, highly trained, background-checked contractors for any plumbing issue. Leak detection, water heaters, sump pumps, repiping, and more. Phones are open 24/7 at 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, where they do it right the first time.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch, and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay, plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speed. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month, or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
FinishingChicago.com for the industry's best drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, signage, and painting contractors. Rely on FinishingChicago.com.
The Northwestern Wildcats return to Wrigley Field on Saturday, November 22nd to host the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the Wildcats Classic. Purchase tickets now at cubs.com/football. Huh?
Kyle Tucker, the designated hitter, will lead off. Kyle playing in his 3rd straight game in this series, as he tries to get some plate appearances under his belt before postseason play begins on Tuesday. The pitch by Leahy, check swing ground ball toward third, charging is Gorman. He will throw to first in time to get Tucker. That's out number 1.
And guys, the Reds have struck first, a 1-0 lead over the Brewers. Bottom of the 2nd inning in Milwaukee, Ellie De La Cruz with a solo shot, number 22 on the year for him. Meantime, the Mets and Marlins scoreless, top of the 3rd in Miami.
But if Cincinnati wins, it doesn't matter what the Mets do. Is that correct, Zach?
That is correct.
Cincinnati holds the tiebreaker edge over the Mets based on their season head-to-head series.
Mm-hmm.
And in that sense, Ron, we were talking the other day, every single game really does matter.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're not even aware of the significance of a certain game or a series. Say you play, like the Cubs played San Diego, all of their games in the month of April.
Right.
You have no idea at that point how significant they may or may not be 5 months down the road.
Right. Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1 to Suzuki from Kyle Leahy. It's fouled away off to the right out of play.
Manager's challenges and instant replays and all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion's always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
And now the 1-2 to Sayon. It's down low. But again, a big thanks to Mitch Rosen, the executive producer of Cubs Radio and the guy who runs the score and has for many, many years. It's a joy to work with Mitch, always organized. In fact, we have a little meeting tomorrow about the postseason coming up on Tuesday. Here comes the 2-2, chopper foul. Now, that's a Zoom meeting. You guys are aware of that, and I might need a refresher course on the Zoom and how it works.
Rich, I think Rich has not got his headset on, but Rich, you're up. Pat just said he needs a refresher course on the Zoom meeting, and we point our fingers at you.
All right, Pat.
First of all, I'd like to know why you were not listening here, Rich, just a minute ago.
Game 162, he's heard enough of you.
Refresher course is, we'll do it after the game.
Rich he had better things to listen to, apparently.
Chicago Hot Dog had his name on it.
3-2 to Suzuki. And the pitch on the way to Seiya, and that's going to be strike 3 called. And that's out number 2 here in the second inning. No score, and the batter is Moises Ballesteros.
I actually think Rich has his family up here. He's got his brother, some family members up here. So I was messing with him about the hot dog, but I actually think he's got some family up here. Although the hot dog's not far from the realm of possibility, but he does have his family here. It is a ballpark that qualifies.
Ballesteros takes outside, but is anyone well-versed in Zoom meetings? Don't all speak at once, please.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-0. Are you a little shaky on them, too?
100%. The last one I was on was with you, so that'll tell you last time.
You're shaky. Here comes the 2-0 to Moises Ballesteros. It's outside for a ball. It would be easy if you could just, like answering a phone and just say, okay, I'm on. But there's a whole lot more that goes into that. You're going to punch in addresses and make sure you're positioned the right way so the camera is looking at you instead of your left shoulder. There is a bouncing ball to second, fielded by Fermin. Fermin has a nice-looking left shoulder, by the way, as he throws to first in time. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the third. Nothing game. Cubs and Cardinals on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join Great Lakes Credit Union's mission of banking for a greater good. As a nonprofit financial institution, Great Lakes Credit Union invests in local communities while offering the services of big banks. Learn more at glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
It started with one car 70 years ago when the first Volvo car arrived in the U.S. Since, Volvo has helped redefine safety. From the 3-point safety belt to side impact airbags, a whiplash protection system, and blind spot assist, innovations that have saved millions of lives and made summer memories safer for generations. Celebrate 70 years of safety. Visit your local retailer for the Summer Safely bonus event going on now.
From the warehouse to the work site, Fitzgerald Equipment keeps Illinois and Wisconsin businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring Heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to present you signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that future you can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJI.com for locations.
Top 3, Cubs and Cardinals, scoreless at Wrigley, where it's 74 degrees and sunny, wind blowing in. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Huh?
All right, Zach. As we go to inning number 3, nothing game. There's only been one base runner so far. Jimmy Crooks tripled with 2 outs in the second inning. Victor Scott lines one to right center. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. Over to pick it up is Crow Armstrong and get it back in. Leadoff single, Victor Scott, and the batter is Nathan Church. Does anyone else find the irony of the Cardinal lineup with a guy with the name of Church and another guy named Crooks in the same lineup? Maybe it's just me.
No, it's could be. We just want to balance out the lineup.
It's important to have a balanced lineup, Ron. That's a good point. Church takes outside and high for a ball. Getting back to the Zoom, I think I have an issue of coordinating the video and the audio. Right?
Excuse me, I didn't quite hear you.
Balancing out the coordination of the video and the audio in a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And for some reason, I cannot remember how it all works the next time I try to do a Zoom. I don't do a lot of Zooming, which probably is not a surprise. I don't get invited for a lot of Zoom meetings. Here's a swing and a foul back.
Are you trying to get out of this meeting? That's what I'm sensing here.
I'm sensing he would really like to hear this be a phone meeting. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm going to zoom right into that meeting. Here comes the 2-1 to Nathan Church. It is fouled away off to the left out of play.
Mitch is sitting in his house right now, shaking his head, going, oh, my gosh.
I mean, it's fairly simple. There's a provided link that you get via email, which is how you know about the Zoom meeting in the first place.
The link makes me sweat a little bit right away. Here's the pitch to Church. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a breaking ball. Strikeout number 3 for Assad. No score in the game. Back to the top of the order for Jose Fermin. So the link, go ahead, Zach.
So it's generally in blue, and you click on that. You just hit it, and then another window pops up on your phone or computer. And then you punch in the meeting ID and passcode, and voila, you're a part of the meeting.
So the meeting ID, that's another level of sweating. Did I hear passcode also?
Oh, yeah.
No. But that should all be in that one email, right?
Correct.
Now I know why I didn't get that email. Here's a pitch outside, and the count 2-0 on Fermin.
And then once you're in the meeting, it's fairly simple to control your audio and video by using the icons on the screen.
That's what you think, Zach. Here's the toss to first, not in time.
And now we all know why we don't have a lot of meetings.
But we will have baseball for you Tuesday at Wrigley. Here's a deep drive foul and out of play. The exact starting time, it's going to be right after 2 o'clock. And do we know the exact time? Is it 2:08?
2:07. 2:07 first pitch.
Okay, so 2:07 Central Time, Tuesday and Wednesday. Cubs and Padres here at Wrigley, and then game 3, if necessary. It's a best of 3 on Thursday. Very exciting. And now the 2-1 pitch to Fermin. The runner goes. The pitch high. It's going to be a stolen base. Fermin gets the steal. Or rather, the steal goes to Victor Scott. As Fermin now has a count of 3-1. Scott gets the steal. He's at second with 1 away. No score in the third.
Pretty good jump at first base by Scott. Ballesteros behind the plate. He had an issue with the transfer and dropped the ball.
Assad glancing back at the runner, Scott, and the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 4. So there are 2 men on. We're in the third inning. No score. And the batter, Ivan Herrera.
And then he'll bring out Tommy Hotovy as Ballesteros walks out to the mound, and Tommy's going to take a little jog out there to slow things down a little bit for Javi and get him back thinking about what he would like to do with that 2-seamer and get him back attacking the strike zone.
But our thanks to our great engineers here. Paul Zarang engineers the great majority of the games. Rich Wyatt working today. They both do a tremendous job, and they're fun to work with. So thanks to Paul and Rich.
Yeah, we have about as good a booth as you're going to have. It's a lot of fun every day, the ups and downs of a baseball season and the length of the season, but it's a lot of fun, great people.
Herrera ready to step in. He flied to deep left his first time. Let's see if Assad can throw one of those sinkers and induce a ground ball right about now. There it is. Bounce to second. Fielded by Horner. Steps on the bag. Throws to first. Double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Inning comes to an end on the 4-3 double play. And at the end of 2.5, no score. Cubs and Cardinals on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to Every Game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Fireplace and Chimney Authority's biggest sale of the year is September 30th through October 4th in Lisle, offering up to 70% off fireplaces, grills, and much more. For more information, go to fireplaceandchimneyauthority.com.
This is the Let's Revitalize Our Neighborhoods commitment. This is the Roll Up Our Sleeves and Pitch In commitment. This is Busey, where our commitment to strengthen our communities is a top priority. Through energetic, engaged volunteers, through monetary support, community leadership, and advocacy. Because Busey is more than a bank that does well, we're a bank that does good. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth, since 1868. Member FDIC.
Here's a club you want to get into. Club Citgo, the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Carl Armstrong's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Pete Carl Armstrong hits a fly ball foul down the left field line, back out of play. Pete with 31 home runs. Belted a home run yesterday, a long drive off the video board out beyond the right field corner area. He's driven in 95. Not bad for a 23-year-old big league ball player.
That's something. 23 years old, 30 home run guy.
Here's a liner toward right, and that's going to be a base hit, landing in front of Walker. Had Walker charged in, I think he might have been able to make the catch, but sometimes the ball is hit so hard that you don't really have much time to make up your mind.
Yeah, and this ball's hit with topspin, and Walker knows it. So you're really not sure how long this ball's going to stay in the air, and he plays it safe and plays it on a hop.
First hit for the Cubs, first base runner. You wouldn't expect the Cubs to do much base stealing on this season's final day.
Yeah, you'd really hope that the guys just play the game just straight up. Don't try to do too much. You know, Zach, we were talking in the pregame show, and the key to the game is just get through the game and stay healthy. Don't get anybody hurt. So, you know, taking extra bases and close plays at the plate, all that should be out today. You don't do any of that.
Try to keep the sliding on the base pass to an absolute minimum. And now the 1-1 instead of toss to first. Swanson 1 for 6 in this series. 24 home runs for Dansby. He's going to be a strong candidate for the Gold Glove at shortstop again. He hits a foul pop fly off to the right, out of play. I forgot who it was, Ron, but way back when I first started doing games, they said, you need a shortstop that can make plays.
Yeah.
And it always stuck with me. Because you are challenged to make all kinds of different plays as a shortstop in 162 games.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
It always seemed very profound to me. Simple, but profound. Here comes the 2-2. Fouled away by Dansby. Our engineer, Rich White, calling for an ID and has been for the last minute or two. And we're going to pass one along right now. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 afternoons on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
That was good timing, Pat.
I was just trying to make a play. Here comes the 2-2 stretch. The lead at first by Crow Armstrong. And the pitch, Dansby hits a fly ball into shallow center. Coming in and making the catch is Scott. Scott looked like somebody who was trying to sneak in and get away with something. He had the body kind of sideways, like he was trying not to be seen or noticed. And he did make the catch. I know what he was doing. He was trying to get his eyes to look at a slightly different angle so that the sun was not going to blind him. But it did look kind of funny.
No, but he made the play.
And here's Willie Castro taking outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Mets and Miami, no score third inning. Cincinnati now leading Milwaukee 2-0 in the third. If Cincinnati wins, they are in and the Mets are out. Bounce to second, throw to first, one over to first, double play. 4-6-3 on the twin killing. No runs on a hit. And you do need guys that make some plays. We go to the fourth inning. Cubs nothing, Cardinals nothing. On the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Everything comes down to how you finish, and the wall covering, drywall finishing, signage, glass systems, and painting contractors at finishingchicago.com always produce a hit. Chicago's top general contractors and property managers rely on Finishing Chicago's industrial and commercial contractors to provide the most well-trained, safety-focused, and reliable crews. Before starting work on your next job site, check out their website, finishingchicago.com, your free resource to find quality finishing contractors. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business.
Tons. Have time to talk?
Not much. We're in a 30-second radio ad.
Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent.
Outstanding. Wow.
Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before?
Nope. How do I look?
Good. But we're on the radio, remember?
Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
It's not too late for your pup to be called out on air as the Tito's Handmade Vodka K9 of the game. Submit your dog now at 670thescore.com, and your pooch could get a shout out. And if the Northsiders pitchers strike out 9 or more during a regular season home game, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to anti-cruelty and up to $10,000 this season, supporting their mission to care for animals in need and build a stronger pet-loving community. Tito's Handmade Vodka. Vodka for dog people. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Safer responsibly.
You deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. So the number 3 wildcard spot in the National League is up for grabs today. The Reds with a 2-1 lead over the Brewers. Bottom half of the third inning in Milwaukee. Cincinnati is in with a win.
Fouled away by Nolan Gorman, Zach.
If Cincinnati loses and the Mets win, New York will get in. Mets and Marlins scoreless in the top half of the fourth inning. Meantime, the American League Central is still in the balance.
Another foul by Gorman out of play.
Cleveland can win the AL Central with a victory today, but right now, last of the third in Cleveland, the Rangers on top of the Guardians 4-2. They're competing with Detroit. The Tigers, a 3-1 lead over the Red Sox, middle 4 at Fenway.
Check swing, no swing.
The American League East Division is up for grabs between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. If Toronto wins, then the Jays are in. And right now, the Blue Jays lead the Rays 5-4 in the top half of the third inning in Canada. The Orioles leading the Yankees 2-1, last of the fourth in New York. Pat?
Here, no score, Zach. We're in the fourth inning. The 2-2 pitch by Assad to Gorman. Lifted foul and off to the left out of play. Final day of the year and team still grinding for a win. Cubs took care of their business yesterday, clinching the home field, not just the advantage, but every game in the series in the best of three will be here at Wrigley against San Diego. It used to be that you would have a one-game wild card tiebreaker. We were involved in that back in 2018, and that was a tough one because the Cubs had lost to Milwaukee for the division, and they had a one-game playoff to determine the division champion. Milwaukee beat the Cubs. Here's a swing and a miss, strike three. And the Cubs the very next night, as I recall, had to play that one-game tiebreaker against Colorado here at Wrigley. And the game went long into extra innings, 15 or 16 innings, something like that, and the Cubs lost. And that's a tough way to go. You've had a real solid, successful regular season, and then to just get one chance to keep going, it left a very sour taste in your mouth, I thought.
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely.
So I'm glad they've done away with that one-game wild card tiebreaker. They've added an extra wild card team and created the best of three series, which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Strike three to Thomas Saggese, and that's out number two. Saggese is gone, and here's Jordan Walker.
Coming to you live all season long, the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. And double plays turned by the Cubs are sponsored by Nissan. Experience the thrill at NissanUSA.com.
And the pitch to Jordan Walker, a swing and a miss. 0-1 on Walker. The next pitch swung on and missed. No balls and two strikes.
Fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
They've got the lights turned on here in the middle of the afternoon at Wrigley, having a minimal effect. The 0-2 pulled on the ground to third, glove by Castro on a good bounce, and he shows a very strong arm, gunning it across the diamond in time. 3 up, 3 down. Good pitching by Assad. 4 shutout innings so far. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 0-0 game. On the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Cade Horton. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Experience design you feel in every detail, and technology as innovative as it is effortless with Buick. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR financing on 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners and lessees get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX, $1,000 purchase allowance on Envision, $250 purchase allowance on Envista, and $500 purchase allowance on Enclave. Must be a current owner of a 2011 model year or newer non-GM vehicle or a current lessee of a 2020 model year or newer non-GM vehicle for at least 30 days prior to new vehicle sale. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/25.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
You'll score big with everyday deals at Suits 2020 in Niles. From men's suits and formal wear to sports and casual wear, 2020. We're more than just amazing suits.
League Leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average, hitting .331 at the moment.
Michael Busch takes a curve for a strike. Zach, what else?
Cal Raleigh, the home run leader. He's at 60 right now. Kyle Schwarber, the RBI leader with 132. Jose Caballero, the stolen base leader, 48.
Swing and a miss, nothing in 2.
The ERA leader, Paul Skeens, 1.97. Max Fried has the most wins in the majors with 19. Carlos Estevez, 42 saves with the Royals. He's the saves leader. And Garrett Crochet of the Red Sox, 255 strikeouts.
Here's a swing and a miss by Michael Busch, and that's out number 1. John King is the new left-handed pitcher in the game for St. Louis. Pitching changes by the opposition. Those are always brought to you by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com. And what a great, great sponsor Sloan has been. And those guys love the Chicago Cubs.
Great guys, yeah.
Big thanks to Sloan.
Yep. Allen Brothers. Peggy Gilmore's here on a regular basis, and they, you see them all spring training long and all season. So thank you to them, absolutely.
Nico Horner batting. Nico flied to the warning track his first time. He bounces one foul toward third. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Thanks to Benjamin Moore for being with us for a long time. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Now the 0-2 is down low. Let's play the attendance game. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, you probably should just drop to your knees and sob uncontrollably. That would be one option. Here's the 1-2 now to Nico Horner. And he lines one base hit into left. Horner with a base hit. One away, one on. And the batter is Ian Happ.
Now, Nico probably needs a couple more hits in this game to get him to that 300 mark with all the at-bats he has.
I'm going to say we've got 38,283. 38283. Happ pops it up. Might be playable. Third base side, shallow left. And the third baseman now moving into foul territory is Gorman, making the catch in the shadows over near the Cubs' third base dugout. 2 down.
I will say 39,000 on the button.
In honor of Pat, I'm going to go palindromic today and go 40,004.
Keeps things simple, doesn't it, Zach?
It's liberating.
Rich, if you do that, we're going to have a real problem.
Tucker drives one to left. It's going to be caught by Church. And he makes the catch. And he does not throw the ball to Crooks. No runs for the Cubs. We go to the 5th inning. It's the Cubs nothing and the Cardinals nothing. And Zach will join Ron in a moment on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the Score.
When every heartbeat counts, you need a team that leads with expertise. From arrhythmia mapping to advanced cardiac surgery, Loyola Medicine treats some of the region's most complex heart conditions by restoring rhythm and restoring lives. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini for the Gilkey Window Company. I've been talking about these windows for 25 years. The Gilkey family has been making these windows for 45 years. They make, in my opinion, the best windows and doors you could put in your home. I put them in my home. You can do the same now during their summer special. Get $375 off each window, $1,000 off their really nice patio doors with no money down. Call 888-3-GILKEY. That's 888-3-GILKEY or visit Gilkey.com.
Fall is the time for football, falling leaves, cozy fires, and of course, a fresh haircut at Great Clips. Whether you want a whole new look for the season or just a trim on a cut you already love, the skilled stylists at your local Great Clips salon are ready to bring it to life for less. With convenient online check-in, you can stop in whenever it works for you. And with the affordable prices at Great Clips, you'll save money for fall fun too. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and get a fresh haircut for fall at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
You'll score big with everyday deals at Suits 2020 in Niles. From men's suits and formal wear to sports and casual wear, 2020. We're more than just amazing suits.
Top of the fifth here at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Cardinals scoreless. Javier Assad deals, and Jimmy Crooks, the catcher, looks at a fastball at the bottom of the zone, right down the middle for strike one. Kevin Alcantara now in the game for the Cubs, playing left field instead of Ian Happ, who started the game. And I imagine over the next inning or two, many of the Cubs starters will be removed in preparation for the playoffs. Here comes the 0-1. Crooks fouls it back off the screen, 0-2. Happ finishes the day 0-2. Assad, the right-hander, working on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch, and that's low. 1-2 the count. Crooks tripled his first time up. Assad is ready. He rocks back and deals. Here comes the 1-2. Misses inside with a sinking fastball. 2-2 the count. At the start of the game, the wind was blowing in. Now it's shifted from left to right as Assad works his motion and deals. Brooks pulls one on the ground foul into the camera well. Brought along the first base line near the Cardinals dugout. 2-2 the count. Righty-lefty matchup. Assad kicks and deals. Foul back off the screen by Crooks. That was a fastball by the right-hander Assad. 2-2.
Javi's thrown the ball well today. He's given up 2 hits. One of them was a line drive single turned into a triple. He tried to make a diving catch and didn't. Ball went all the way to the wall, but then Javi got the next guy to pop out. So very nice start for Javi.
Crooks fouls another one back. Crooks was the guy who ended up with the triple. PCA tried to make that diving catch in center, or sliding catch, and slid right past him all the way to the wall. Assad deals. Crooks swings and misses. Strike 3 as Assad gets him with a sinking fastball. 1 away. A first out, brought to you by Xfinity, your home field advantage. Sponsored by Xfinity, all your favorite teams, all in one place.
A really nice 2-seam fastball. That ball, great movement. Starts out inside off the plate and runs back towards the inner part of the plate. Nice pitch by Assad.
Here's Joel Pozo. Ground ball that is knocked down on the mound by Assad. Picks it up. Underhand toss to Bush at first. Out number 2.
I think this ball gets hit right back at Assad, and he puts his glove down behind him, and the ball hits the glove. Now, he does not see the ball because his back is turned, but it hits the glove and drops right to his feet. And Javi with a kind of Harlem Globetrotters play, very nice, and makes the play to get the out. Big smile on the mound by Javi.
Now the batter, Victor Scott II. Here's the pitch. Scott fouls it back off the screen. Now, in baseball, isn't it more Savannah Banana style as opposed to Harlem Globetrotter style?
You're younger than me.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Here's the 0-1. Line drive down the left field line. Alcantara giving chase. It drops in and will bounce over the wall, the sidewall, for a ground rule double. So Victor Scott II with his second hit of the ball game, singled in the third, now doubles here in the fifth.
A little high two-seamer from Javi in this ball. Scott put a pretty good swing on that ball and just right down the left field line. It hits into the warning track down the line, not the grass, so it hits the track, and because of that, it bounces into the stands.
So Scott with good speed at second base, 2 away here in the fifth. Nathan Church at the plate. And he looks at a ball low. 1-0 the count. Bounced in the dirt. It was blocked by Ballesteros. Moises Ballesteros behind the plate today. Carson Kelly and Reese McGuire getting the day off. So we're getting a look at Ballesteros here at the big league level, playing catcher today. 1-0 the count. Assad deals. Church swings, pops it up on the infield. The third baseman, Castro, just about even with the bag on the dirt, makes the catch for out number 3. Scott stranded at second base. Middle 5, still scoreless. Cubs and Cardinals on the score. The Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk, middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody on the score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
FinishingChicago.com's decorative finishing contractors can transform your commercial spaces for staff, tenants, and customers alike. Our contractors' dedication to safety ensures everyone, including the assets of your building itself, are taken care of from start to amazing finishes. Visit FinishingChicago.com for your free list of decorative contractors specializing in decorative painting, wall covering, drywall finishing, glass systems, and custom signage. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, ultra-strong trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Hawks on Cubs baseball at Chicago Sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. Getting set for the last of the fifth here at Wrigley Field. Game 162, Cubs and Cardinals scoreless. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. John King deals, and Seiya looks at a fastball low, 1-0 the count. During the break, we got our engineer, Rich Wyatt's guest in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. He's going 39,500. King kicks and delivers. Low again to Suzuki, 2-0. So all the guesses are in. Best of luck, men, here in this regular season finale. But not the last game of the year for the Cubs. Game 1, the wild card round starts Tuesday afternoon. Here's the 2-0. That's a called strike, a curveball that apparently nipped the top of the zone, 2-1. First pitch at 2:08 Tuesday, Cubs and Padres. It's a best of 3, all the games at Wrigley Field. That's the way it works. The 2-1. Line drive hit to deep left, racing back Church at the track near the wall, left side, it's gone! Cubs strike first as Seiya Suzuki goes deep again. He's been red hot down the stretch. 32 home runs now on the year for Suzuki. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Cardinals here in the fifth.
Big swing for Seiya, big swing for the Cubs, and talk about timing with Seiya getting hot, Pete Crow Armstrong getting hot, Michael Busch extremely hot, and now you get Tucker back in the lineup, and you hope Tuck can find his way back to his best form. The Cubs offense starts clicking. Look out.
Moises Ballesteros swings and misses at the first offering from John King. 0-1 the count. A 379-foot line drive to left by Suzuki as Ballesteros fouls it at the plate. Might have gotten a piece of his foot on that. 0-2 the count on Ballesteros. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength that's anything but ordinary. King peers in, gets the sign from his catcher. Crooks straightens up, puts the ball in the glove, sets at the belt. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the 0-2. An awkward swing and miss. Strike three at a slider low. Ballesteros is retired, one away. You mentioned something that I think is really important. You know, there's a rule of thumb that says no matter what you do in the regular season, it's a brand new year when the postseason starts. But we're talking about one day off before the postseason begins. So the fact that those names you mentioned are heating up, that's a big deal.
Huge deal. Cubs really had their struggles in the month of August and into September. And here just over the last, week and a half or so, all of a sudden, the offense has started heating up. The guy at home plate, Pete Crow Armstrong, a few home runs, using the whole field, shooting some balls the other way. I think has been very good. Timing getting better and better.
Pete Crow Armstrong waits, swings, and it's a pop fly, shallow left center. 3 Cardinals in the area, and the catch is made by Church, cutting in front of the center fielder, Scott, who was charging hard. 2 away.
But I do believe, you want to be peaking at the right time. Well, this is the right time, right now. You want to be peaking right now, and that's, what the Cubs are hoping for from the middle of that lineup, that's for sure.
With the right-handed hitting Dansby Swanson due up, Oliver Marmol is going to make a pitching change. That's all for John King. And Coom, get ready because we're about to have a Swanson-Swanson matchup as Matt Swanson, the right-hander, comes into the game to face Dansby Swanson. All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Cubs up 1-0 with 2 away here in the 5th. On the score, the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at Potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Tulsa is my home now.
Academy Award nominee Sylvester Stallone stars in the Paramount Plus original series, Tulsa King.
This distillery is a very interesting business. We got to know the enemy.
From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Landman.
What are you saying? I'm a rat! If you think you're going to take me on, it's going to be really difficult.
Tulsa King, new season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Dear Autumn, fall into great value in a new Toyota, like the tough-as-nails Tacoma, the sleek all-hybrid Camry, or the versatile RAV4. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places.
Fans in Illinois can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Bottom 5, Cubs 1, Cardinals nothing, 2 away. And we're not going to get the Swanson matchup because with Matt Swanson now in, Craig Counsell is elected to pinch hit for Dansby Swanson. Justin Turner now at the plate. Still a righty-righty matchup, and the pitch is low for ball 1.
So kind of what I expected going into the ball game. The guys get a couple at bats and then get out of the ball game.
Swanson has a 1.98 ERA. The pitch There's a called strike right at the bottom of the zone. Fastball at 97 mph, 1-1.
So I feel a little different sound in your voice. Are you a little upset that you didn't get to the Swanson?
Deflated as Turner fouls it back out of play. 1-2.
Okay.
There's a big build-up for it. You know, you wait all series.
We were getting pitching change, and then you saw Turner go to the on-deck circle. You weren't real happy.
Yeah, nothing against JT. Here comes the 1-2. That's low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just not happy with the manager? Is that what it is?
No, can't say that. All right, counts. I'm ticked off. Here comes the 2-2. Called strike 3. Sinking fastball about belt high right along the outside edge. And that is out number 3 as Turner is retired. But the Cubs strike first on a home run by Suzuki. 1-0 Cubs after 5 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk, middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me so, Dana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
We're coming to you live all season long for the Invesco Q2Q broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Jose Fermin, first up here in the Cardinals' 6th inning. Takes a strike from Javier Assad, working quickly. The next offering, just outside for a ball. Seiya Suzuki's 31st home run, the difference in the game. And the Mets are in trouble in South Florida. Miami just put 4 on the board in the 4th inning, and they lead the Mets by a score of 4-0 in the 5th. Milwaukee has taken a 4-2 lead over Cincinnati in Milwaukee. Here's a ground ball back to the mound. Assad throws to first in time. But if those two teams finish tied with the exact same record, it would be Cincinnati.
That's right.
Over the Mets based on the tiebreaker advantage they had in the regular season. Let me make sure of that. Yep, right now they're both 83 and 78. Assad's going to leave, and he pitched a whale of a game today and gets a standing ovation from a lot of these fans. And he, Ron, could play a big role in the postseason. We'll see. Pitching changes by the Cubs. These are always brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And thanks to James Hardy for being with us all season long. Cubs lead 1-0, 6th inning on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. The price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling. Next generation light beer. Cubs are going to make a pitching change right now, but the one ball that has been in flight, only one guy, and that's a Suzuki put one in flight. Cubs are up 1-0, Patrick.
His 31st of the year, his 103rd run batted in. Ivan Herrera leads off the St. Louis 6th inning. And a breaking ball is in there for a strike from the reliever, Michael Soroka. Ivan Herrera batting. Let me correct that. Here's a fly ball to center. Pete Crow Armstrong's going to make the catch. Out number 2. Fermin, remember, grounded back to the mound. And that was the last batter that Diaz, or that Assad faced. And now Herrera flies out, 2 down, and Soroka to go to work on Gorman. Here comes the pitch on the way to Gorman, swinging a foul back.
Now, Pat, you know you have an impact when we talk on the radio. There's an impact of things that are said, and you know, a lot of people are listening. Well, my buddy who was here yesterday, Jeff McCarthy, he sent a thing to me. And it's a Zoom tutorial, how-to for beginners. So I'm going to send that. I'm going to send that over to you, and we'll read it. We'll look at it together.
I'll pay for that. Not much, but I'll pay for it.
He's an attorney. He's good. Yeah, I'm paying him enough now.
I would pay to watch that.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 to Nolan Gorman. And it's taken high for a ball, 2-2. Cubs on top 1-0 here, the season's final day. We're watching the scoreboards. Ground ball right side. It'll be a backhand stop by Bush. Good play. Feeds Soroka, out number 3. Score that one 3-1. The Cardinals go 1-2-3. Middle of inning number 6. Cubs 1. Redbirds nothing on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Cubs fans, Jameson Tyone here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Hey, welcome to Everything Outdoors. Can I help you find anything?
Hey, yeah. Can you point us to the camping gear?
Sure, aisle 2.
How about fly fishing? Just bought a new Nissan Pathfinder and we're ready to get back to it.
Aisle 7.
Snowboarding? Our Pathfinder's got intelligent 4x4 and we want to hit the backcountry.
Oh, aisle 18.
And where are the boats?
Back of the store, but are you sure you can do all this?
Oh, yeah. Up to 6,000 pounds towing. We're good to go. Oh, where's the scuba department?
Return to rugged in the 2025 Nissan Pathfinder. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com. Available intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capability varies by configuration. See owner's manual for important safety information. For well-qualified buyers, example 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand finance. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
Kumir, let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yingling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, Flight, Golden Pilsner, and even a black and tan, there's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
There's nothing quite like local. That's why AARP is local, offering free events that can help with finances, family, and fun. Find your local event at aarp.org/il.
Matt Svanson, big tall right-hander, pitching for St. Lou. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Willie Castro will lead off and take a strike. Willie wrapped into a double play his first time. Svanson brings it. This ball is fouled away. Svanson is kind of playing peekaboo when he comes to the set. He steps over toward the third base dugout area. He plants the right foot way over on the first base side of the rubber. And now Castro backs away. And then Svanson has the left foot well in front of the right foot. And he kind of peeks over his left shoulder for the target and brings it, and it's swung on and missed. And that's out number one.
He does have a little bit of a unique style, and there's some deception to that style. It's also a little more difficult on your arm when you throw that far across your body, especially on your shoulder and elbow. But he's got a very good arm. That last fastball, 98 miles an hour.
Here's Michael Busch, 0-for-2, takes inside. Cubs lead 1-0. Baseball history brought to you in part by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The season's final day, full of some great baseball history, Ron.
Yeah.
Cubs beat the Giants on this date in 1998 in a one-game wild card tiebreaker here at Wrigley. It was the first ever wild card tiebreaker. Steve Traxel, the winning pitcher. Gary Gaetti had a 2-run homer. Matt Mieske, remember that name? He had a 2-run single. The shooter, Rod Beck, had the save. Joe Carter popped out to Mark Grace for the final out. Bounced to third, way off the line is Gorman. Gorman playing where shortstop normally deploys, makes the play and throws to first for out number 2. It's hard to believe, Ron, that's 27 years ago today or tonight. Michael Jordan threw out the first pitch wearing a bright blue Cubs jacket, and what a thunderous ovation he received that night.
Wow.
Here's the pitch on the way to Nico Horner. This is also the day in 1941, Ted Williams, the last man to hit 400, finished with a flourish. In a doubleheader, he went 6 for 8 on the season's final day. It was Boston at Philadelphia at Old Shibe Park, and he finished at 406. Nobody has hit 400 since.
Yeah. It's a great story. You tell the story about whether he should play or not that day.
And his manager, Joe Cronin, gave him the option of sitting. Ted, going into that final day, was hitting .3999955. So if you would have rounded it off, it would have been officially at 400. But Ted said, A, I'm a ball player. I play ball. I don't sit. And B, I don't see a 4 in front of that number. I want to see clearly 4 ...
Right.
And that was his thinking, and you got to respect him even more for that, Ron.
Absolutely.
Here's a high fly ball to deep left off the bat of Horner. Back is Church near the wall. He'll make the catch. And that's going to end the inning. We go to the 7th on the season's final day. Cubs 1, Cardinals 0. On the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Sloan has been providing restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years, and we're proud to now expand into the concourse with our brand new bottle fillers that provide clean drinking water for Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at sloan.com.
At Wintrust, our approach lets Cubs fans show their pride anytime, anywhere. With the Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you don't just swipe, you make a statement. It's like a megaphone for your wallet, broadcasting Cubs pride with every transaction. Visit wintrust.com/Cubs to choose an eligible account and score your Cubs debit card. That's wintrust.com/Cubs. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Cubs debit card is not available at all Wintrust Community Banks charters. Member FDIC.
One text, one snap, one scroll is all it takes to be game over behind the wheel. You drive, you text, you pay. Think you can beat distractions in our retro arcade? Visit itsnotagameillinois.com.
Let's talk bacon. Hatfield's Pumpkin Spice Bacon. This is not your everyday bacon. It's a game changer. You get that classy, smoky, savory Hatfield bacon flavor you love, but layered with warm pumpkin spice, even a little sweetness, crispy, sweet, smoky. Every bite feels like fall on your plate. Perfect with pancakes or just straight out of the pan. But it's only here for a limited time. Visit simplyhatfield.com for retail locations near you. Hatfield, better care, better pour.
Car accident? Call D&W right now. Slip and fall? Call D&W right now. Any accident at all? Call D&W Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Thomas Sajacy's on deck. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Huh?
Seventh inning, Jordan Wicks, the new Cubs left-handed pitcher. And he'll go to work on Thomas Sajacy, who lines one to center. That's going to be a base hit. The ball got out there in a hurry. Pete Armstrong flags it down on the first hop and gets it back in. Wicks gives up the leadoff single. Cubs lead 1-0, and the batter Jordan Walker. The new Cubs catcher is Reese McGuire. Moises Ballesteros, who has been catching the first 5 innings, 6 innings in fact, now playing first base. And Michael Busch gets the rest of the day off. By pitch to Jordan Walker, taken high for a ball. Cubs pitching change. Brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And again, a thanks to all of our great sponsors. Fly ball deep left center. Carl Armstrong's going to haul this one in, shy of the track, deep left center, 1 down. Thanks to Bruce Levine, also our good friend who does the pregame. He does the Saturday morning baseball show. He is a real fixture in Chicago media. Has been, and I hope he is for a long, long time to come. He's one of our favorite people here. Very few people know the game better. Among the media in Chicago, very few people know the game as well as, I don't know if anybody knows the game better than Bruce Levine, except maybe you, Ron, since you played big league ball.
There's nobody that's covered more baseball, more sports in our city, and is connected. There's nobody better than Bruce. That is just, I've known Bruce since my playing days when I first got in the league, and you've known him a long, long time. And do you want to know something about baseball in Chicago? He's the guy to call, that's for sure.
Well, for home games, he records his pregame segment right here in our booth. And then the three of us, many times, will sit down and have a bite together. You, me, and Bruce, while Zach is doing some of the pregame work. And those are some of my favorite conversations.
Absolutely.
Just listening to what you and Bruce have to say about various players or situations or the play we saw yesterday or an umpire's call, whatever it is. I enjoy those immensely. So thanks to you and thanks to Bruce, Ron. Here's the 1-2 to Jimmy Crooks. Down low for a ball. And
that's part of the privilege of doing what we do. And we've all been friends for a long time. So it's kind of, today we had some really good laughs. I mean, it's a great time. Every day we have the same routine, and it's Special time, that is for sure.
Here's a swing and a miss, and Crooks is out on strikes. 2 down. Cubs lead 1-0. Well, we try to have some fun every day. Naturally, we are hoping that the Cubs win, and we try to be as detailed as we can regarding the play-by-play. But there's also time in a baseball game to have fun. And I thank you and Zach Zaidman for that, Ron. You guys are so much fun to work with. And I can't imagine any other crew. I know I've never had this much fun. And I've been on a lot of different crews, and I've worked with some fun guys like Ron Santo and Bob Euchre and Harry Carey and Al McGuire, and had laughs with all of them.
Right.
But never as many laughs as I have with you and Zach. So thanks to you guys. Here is a swing and a miss. And the count 0-2 on Joel Pozo.
Well, I think the friendship and that we've all kind of grown into, and the enjoyment of doing what we do and being together day after day after day, and the fun we have together, and everybody, it's never a bad day in the Cubs booth, ever. That's something to be said about that. You and I have been together 12 years now, completing our 12th season. Never has there ever been, and that's pretty amazing, right? And you think of, the four of us being in a booth together all the time. It's been some kind of fun.
Well, here's hoping that continues as long as possible.
Wow.
And it's a business where, guys change jobs and ownership changes and rights fees change and station management changes, but that's one thing I don't want to change.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
I just like that status quo and hope that can go on indefinitely.
But I'll say this booth is the reason of the camaraderie, and the success of this booth is because of you.
Well, it's all of us. Here's a pop-up into shallow center, and Castro makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time for the stretch. And this is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. Here's a tradition that I enjoy, the Wrigley Field Grounds Crew. And boy, can they keep a tune. They're going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Guys and gals, take it away.
All right, Cubs fans, let us hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground. I need some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back for it's true. Rooting for the Rockies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game. Let's go, Cubbies!
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. You bet on the team to win, and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Kevin Alcantara will lead off here in the bottom of this 7th inning against the right-hander, Fernandez. And Alcantara swings, and the bat goes flying out of his hands. The ball goes flying up into the upper deck, and the bat, he hurled it over his left shoulder, right over the coconut of the on-deck hitter, Kyle Tucker. That had to be a bit of a surprise for Kyle.
Yeah, I would move my real estate spot of the on-deck circle if I were him.
The on-deck circle very close to home plate here at Wrigley. As Alcantara takes high. I never had really realized that before, but it might be the closest on-deck circle to home plate on both sides, first and third, of any in baseball, Ron. Would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very close.
Where Tucker is right now, he's the on-deck hitter, and he's just outside the on-deck circle. He is no more than 20 feet away from Kevin Alcantara. Maybe 22. That would be about a top-of-the-key jumper from where he is. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul by Alcantara. One more note on baseball history. I was reading this today, and I read it a second time. I couldn't believe it. As a Yankee on this date in 1930, the legendary Babe Ruth returned to the mound at Fenway Park and pitched a complete game. Swing and smash, base hit past the diving Sajesi. It's a leadoff single here in the seventh inning for Kevin Alcantara. And the Cubs have a man on. And it brings up Kyle Tucker. But Babe Ruth, and I did some research, he had not pitched in a big league game in 9 seasons, Ron. So here it is late in the year. You can imagine it might have even been the final day of the season. The Babe says, I'm going to pitch this game at Fenway against my former team. Not only did he pitch, he pitched a complete game and beat the Red Sox 9-3. That's unbelievable when you think about it.
Yeah, right? It really is. After 10 years of not pitching.
He had to throw at least 80 or 90 pitches,
at
didn't
least,
he?
if not, probably more like 110 to 120.
Much has been made about the party animal that Babe Ruth was, and there certainly was probably an element of that. But the guy lasted 22 years in the big leagues. He had to take some pretty good care of himself as well.
And a great athlete doing, when you don't pitch for 10 years and you come in and throw a complete game against your rival,
it's
of
amazing.
all thing, right? They wanted to hit him all over the yard. You know that.
Tucker swings and misses. That's strike 3. And we were talking about the Babe. Before he became an everyday outfielder, he was an excellent pitcher and set some World Series pitching records that lasted all the way into the early 1960s when I think Whitey Ford broke some of those marks. Whitey, the lefty for the Yankees. There are legends, and then there are real legends.
Whatever the top is of that category, that's him. He qualifies.
The Bambino. One away, bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs lead 1-0. Seiya Suzuki's homer, the difference in the game. That was back in the 5th. Here's the ball that gets away from the catcher, Crooks. And down to second goes Alcantara. That could be a big run in this game.
Absolutely. Opponent's pitching changes, sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com.
One more final note. This gave me a chuckle when I read about this. 1948, at old Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. Here's the pitch in for a strike. Over 60,000 fans attended what was called Joe Early Night. Now, Early was a 26-year-old night watchman who wrote to the owner, Bill Veck, saying, why doesn't an average fan ever get a day?
Okay.
Well, the owner responded by giving the World War II veteran Joe Early a night in his honor, and a crowd of 60,000 turned out to see it. Now, that's a good story.
That's a great story. Absolutely.
Here comes the 2-2 now, and it's called strike 3. Suzuki is out, number 2. There's also never been a Rich Wyatt day at Wrigley Field.
That is true.
I can imagine the Cubs marketing and business operations people scrambling to maybe create one for Rich.
Do you know what Rich said? Make me an offer. Let's do it.
0-1 on Moises Ballesteros. Rich is our engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, you'll be asked to give a speech in front of 40,000 people. A drive into left center field on the run. That's a base hit. And the Cubs are going to get a run. Looping single by Moises Ballesteros. Cubs lead 2-0. Good to see Alcantara run. He's got long strides run. He can just chew up the real estate.
Yeah, he really does. This ball goes into the gap, and it's kind of hit. It's a changeup. Hit off the end of the bat just enough to where it drops in front of the center fielder. Scott in left center field, and Alcantara, he does. He can fly around the bases.
Here's Pete Crow Armstrong taking outside. But again, thanks to Village of Bedford Park for sponsoring the baseball history notes. Now is the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. He hits a deep drive to left. Going back is Church making the catch to end the inning. Cubs get a run. Leave one. It's on to inning number 8 on the season's final regular season day. Cubs 2, Cardinals nothing on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
When only the best will do, choose Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. With rich color, smooth coverage, and unbeatable durability, Benjamin Moore is paint that performs. Stains wipe away easily, and the finish stays beautiful for years to come. Available in 3,500 colors and exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Ready to transform your space? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Regal Select, trusted by pros, loved by homeowners.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day? I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed. How did you feel when your son called in the backup? Embarrassed. And I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that. And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project? Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with a joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Hey, Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. It's shaping up to be an historic season. To start making history with your business in Bedford Park, visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
2-0 Cubs, top of the 8th inning. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Jordan Wicks working in his second inning. First pitch to Scott, popped up, shallow left. Horner out, Alcantara in, and Horner makes the catch. That was not routine. It was up in the wind and the sun. And Nico ended up running almost at full speed and making a backhanded catch over near the left field line. Yeah, that was not routine at all.
No, it really wasn't. And Nico, one of the best infielders I've seen in a long time at catching infield pop-ups that go out towards the outfield. And, you know, usually it's on the right side of the diamond, but caught that one on the left side. Him and Dansby both do an excellent job at going out and getting pop-ups.
Cubs lead 2-0. Nathan Church, the batter. We're going to pause and take a station ID break after this next pitch. Church is 0 for 2 in the game. He has struck out and popped out. He swings and misses, 0-2. We should get the attendance here pretty soon. And now the 0-2 pitch on the way low and outside. You can hear the mellifluous tones of Jesse Feldman in the background, letting us know what the exact attendance figure is. I think he also added the price of gold on the London Exchange, which is always good information to have, especially on a Sunday when it's closed.
Yeah, Sunday when it's closed, and we still got quite a few hours before we could get in there.
2-2 on Church. Down low, let's pause 10 for ID. This is The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Smack on the ground, base hit to left. Between third and short, 2-out single for Church. Actually, a 1-out single for Church. And back to the top of the order for Jose Fermin. Cubs on top 2-0. No game tomorrow. The Cubs and the Padres. A few minutes after 2 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday. 2:05, 2:07, somewhere in that neighborhood. I've heard a couple. So just plan to be with us. Zach will have the pregame show right around 1:30.
Yeah,
2:08. Zach?
An
Okay.
exact 2:08 first pitch on both days. 2:08.
And now the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. You always know it's a network television deal when it's not an even number.
Yeah.
Like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. No, it's 2:08.
Yeah.
That would be very precise. Here's the 1-1. And it's in there for a strike, 1-2.
Hardest working player of the game, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. And the guys that use the power tools all year long, how about our grounds crew? They sang the 7th inning stretch today and did a great job. It's a great tradition here at Wrigley on the final day of the year. And what a great group.
Strike 3 called. Fermin out on strikes. 2 down. Strikeout for Jordan Witz. And it brings up Ivan Herrera.
But they will be our hardest working players of the game today, Pat. They've done a phenomenal job at always getting Wrigley Field looking pristine. And a big thumbs up to those guys. They're just a great staff and great people as we see them around the ballpark every day. And job's not over, boys. We got a lot of work to do still. Hopefully we're going to play for another month.
The field, though, is in immaculate condition thanks to that grounds crew, Dan Kiermaier and the gang. Swinging a foul back by Herrera, 0-2. Let's see how we did in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual figure, 37,497. It looks like I was a little bit closer today in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Fly ball to shallow right, racing in Suzuki. Can he get there? Yes, and makes the catch in foul territory. No runs for the Redbirds. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 2, St. Louis 0. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
FinishingChicago.com connects you with trusted decorative finishing contractors. Experts in painting, wall coverings, drywall, glass systems, and custom signage. Focused on safety, quality, and impact. For a great finish, visit FinishingChicago.com.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
The clearance event is going on now at American Sale. Save up to 70% on pools, patio sets, and more. The clearance event, only at American Sale. Bring the fun home.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Brewers leading the Reds 4-2, top of the 7th inning, but top 7 in Miami. The Marlins on top of the Mets 4-0.
We go into the bottom of the 8th inning here, Zach. Justin Turner takes outside. What else you got?
The Rangers lead the Guardians 5-3, top of the 7th inning in Cleveland.
And the next pitch bounced toward the middle of the diamond, fielded by Fairmean, over to first in time. Catch of the Game is sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover a weekend getaway in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all of the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. Thanks to Des Moines. They've been with us for many years on Cubs Radio. Designated hitters for the Cubs, sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Book now, burn later, and skip the rush. I don't do that as well as you do, Ron.
I think that was a Hall of Fame read right there.
Yeah, we're getting kind of late in the game, and we're trying to take care of business. And
coming to you live all season long, even with that read from the QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
I enjoyed the Volvo stretch earlier today.
Yeah.
Volvo stretch, sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Willie Castro spells his name Willi, and he swings and misses, and that's out number 2. Cubs in the meat of their order in this inning, presented by Chef IQ Scents. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com. 2 down, Reese McGuire will get a chance. Wearing bright white batting gloves on either hand. Left-handed batter, he'll take inside for a ball. Ron Coomer is going to name the Toast of the Game ball player in the 9th inning, brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot.
Yeah.
The 1-0 to McGuire. Line drive over a leaping Fairmean. And it's a 2-out single for Reese McGuire.
Nice swing of the bat. Little top spin lob over the infield for a base knock. Swing.
RBIs by Cubs batters, brought to you by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Nico Horner waiting. Now the big right-hander Riley O'Brien delivers a strike. Both the mound and the plate by this hour are in the shade. Right field and center field still in brilliant sunshine. Left field corner shaded. Nico takes the strike.
Tough play of the game. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. Nico is hitting at 298 with 598 at-bats this season. So I'm guessing with a base hit, he will probably hit 299 if he gets a knock here.
Pitch on the way to Nico. It's down low. Here's the thought I had, Ron, thinking of the times of the day for the playoff series with San Diego in. They start at 2, little after 2, 2:05, 2:08. But you're going to have a lot of at-bats in that game with that sun halfway between the mound and the plate. And that could be a factor.
It will absolutely be a factor the second half of the ballgame. There's no doubt. That's the first thing I thought of when we started hearing rumors about the midday game.
Yeah.
I thought, well, scoring better happen early in the game because it's going to be tough the second half.
2-2 pitch fouled away. Now, the Cub hitters have some experience in that, and I'm sure some of the Padres do as well, but maybe some of the younger, inexperienced players for the Padres don't have a lot of experience with that light and shadow issue here at Wrigley. And I would think it takes some getting used to. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning. We go to the 9th inning. Fasten those seatbelts. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals nothing on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Pat, did you know Catch Des Moines has a bunch of videos and lists called The Best that highlight all the local favorites around town?
Yep, I'm looking at some right now. Best tenderloins, hidden gems, steak de Burgo, and spoiler alert, 2 of our favorites. The iCubs and State Fair made the best family fun list.
With all that stuff to do, I'm going to need to find the best place to take a nap.
Hopefully someplace soundproof to cover up your snoring.
You know what else they say in Des Moines? Only the S's are silent.
Plan your trip at CatchDesMoines.com.
Being pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was me. But my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician at Northwestern Memorial Hospital created the safest chemotherapy plan, so I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team collaborated to deliver a healthy baby and mother, performing a C-section, then cancer removal the same day. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. 2-0 Cubs, top 9. The 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Pat?
That's a good point, Zach. As we go to the 9th inning, Nolan Gorman. If Nolan Ryan is in this game batting, we've got a brand new story for you. Here's the 0-1 to Gorman, and it's in there for a strike from Jordan Wicks. But whenever they take a second look and there's a managerial challenge involving instant replays, they do take a second look, and a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Fly ball to center, routine. PCA makes the catch. 1 down here in the 9th inning. Cubs lead 2-0, and the batter is Thomas Sajasi.
Good pitch by Wicks. Inside fastball to get the first out here in the 9th. Cubs in 2 more outs have a chance to sweep this series and go into the playoffs with a very, very good, great momentum, I guess is probably the best way to describe it.
Here's a pitch low and outside to Sajasi. But again, a thank you to everyone involved, sponsors and ball players. It's a great bunch of guys the Cubs have. They work well together. They all seem to get along well. Craig Counsell and his staff, we thank all of them. Here's a line drive base hit by Sajasi toward the left field corner, backhanding the ball and bobbling it is Alcantara, and Sajasi has 2 bases. He might get a double on that one.
Yeah, it's one of those plays way down in the corner. Contra goes down and gets that ball. And it's going to be a single and an error. So it'll be a hit and an error. Error on Contra down in left field.
And it does bring the tying run up to the plate here in the ninth inning with one away and a man at second. Cubs lead 2-0. Jordan Walker, the batter. And the pitch on the way, a chopper foul. And those of us in the baseball business, Ron, it's a case of being gone from your wife and your families and your home and your loved ones for days on end. Well over 100 days when you factor in spring training and the 81 regular season road games. So I'd like to thank all of the families and not just my great wife, Trish. But it's a burden on them, the fact that you're gone so long.
Absolutely. Same to Paula. Yeah, it's definitely the family business. You don't have a choice because you're all in. This is one of those gigs where you know what the baseball schedule is, and that's what we're going to be.
It's 0-2 on Jordan Walker. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right out of play.
Another year of you and I doing postseason baseball.
I'm ready.
I am too. It's, and Zach and Rich and Paulie, it's been a little while since we've done a little postseason baseball, and now the Cubs are back on track here, so it looks, and we'll get this started here soon.
Swing and a miss by Jordan Walker, and the Cardinals are down to their last chance. And now the fans will start to stand. Everybody on their feet.
You think they're ready for postseason baseball?
I think they have been ready for quite some time. Almost everyone wearing blue and white. Jimmy Crooks, the batter, lefty to lefty, swinging a foul back. Thanks to these great, great fans at Wrigley. It's the best atmosphere that you could possibly have for a working place. This is our office for 81 games a year. Swinging a foul back. How lucky can you possibly be, Ron?
Doesn't get much better than this.
Not just numbers, but the enthusiasm and the kindness and the sweetness of most Cub fans. Could never thank them enough. Sometimes you like to just be quiet and let the fans do what they're going to do. The 0-2 on the way. Low and outside, 2-2.